little bit late, but we're live. Oh, I gotta go live on Instagram. Okay. Sorry, folks. We were messing around with a little, some settings. Good old YouTube settings. So give me a sec. Let's go live on Instagram. Welcome to the crossover, folks. Welcome to the crossover. Hold on. Let me add the live from Australia. We're going live on Instagram, folks. Anyone who's joining here on YouTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. Live from Australia. Ask me anything. Let's go. The emoji's not coming up. Sorry, folks, we're just going live on Instagram. 3, 2, 1. All right, cool. Checking connection. We are live. We are live. We are live. We are live, people. Here we go. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live on Instagram. We are live on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to be looking back and forth, so forgive me, folks. A minute and a half in on YouTube, and just got live on Instagram. Apologize, folks. Apologize. I know there's no one here right now at the moment from what I can see, but apologize for the couple minutes delay. YouTube was really giving me a little bit of trouble with my settings. Hopefully the quality looks okay on YouTube on my iPad. I think it's just because of the lighting, but we're giving this a go. We're giving this a go, folks. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Everyone here on YouTube over here and Instagram over here. Let's see if we got some folks coming in. We got someone on Instagram, no one on YouTube yet, but that's okay. I'm a little late, so I'm sorry. But folks, welcome. This is crazy. Welcome to the crossover. Welcome to the crossover, folks. Okay, it's probably not going to be very, very long, but welcome to the Ross Travels crossover. Hey, my man, Julian. All right, I love it. My man, Julian, over on Instagram. Welcome, buddy. It's my buddy quick. Okay. Oh, I'm being goofy already, man. 2 minutes in, I'm speaking French. What the hell? Oh, folks. Good stuff. Good stuff, folks. Oh, God. All right. We're going crazy. We're 3 minutes in on YouTube, and I don't know how long on Instagram, and we're already going crazy here, folks. But welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Bienvenue, okay? And is that right in French? Bienvenue? I think that's right. Oh, God, I don't remember. I don't remember. But yeah, folks, welcome here. I know I've said welcome like 7 times, and featuring this very squeaky swivel chair. I'm sorry, folks. We're struggling. We are struggling. But welcome here to the live stream, folks. Welcome to the live stream crossover. Welcome to Instagram. Welcome to YouTube over here. Okay. And yeah, it's crazy, folks. Anyone who's coming over on YouTube, hit the like button. Thank you. It helps out. Even if there's one of you on YouTube, or 30 of you or 100 of you, that's not going to happen. But even if we get up to that much, but even if it's just one, I appreciate it. Everyone here on Instagram, I appreciate you guys as well, no matter how many people, whether it's one person, 20 people, 30 people, 100 people. We'll see how much we can get to. I don't know if there's any like or anything on YouTube, on Instagram, but YouTube, yes. But yeah, welcome. I mean, we're just going to be talking and chatting and stuff. And oh, yes, I'm right. Okay, good. I've been learning different, I mean, you know, Julian, we work together in Queensland, but, you know, I like to learn different languages and stuff, and like little stupid words and such. And sometimes I get them mixed up. Folks. So, but it's good. So Bienvenue is right. My pronunciation might be shit, but that's okay. But yeah, we're here. It's going to be chopping it up a bit. Maybe some travel plans about some upcoming things, some current stuff. That's really all we've got right now. You know, and fire away. So everyone who's put questions and such on my Instagram stories, for everyone on YouTube, go follow rosstravelsofficial on Instagram. Thank you. For everyone on Instagram over here, thank you. We going to be going back and forth, folks. We got YouTube over here. We got Instagram over here for anyone who's just joining or watching the replay. Hold on, folks. Anyone who's watching the replay, I appreciate you guys. I know for YouTube, 5 minutes in and I'm saying this, so I'm a little late. But anyone who's watching the replay over here on YouTube, I appreciate you guys. Anyone who's watching the replay over on Instagram, I appreciate it as well. But folks, anyway, for the folks who have been putting in questions on Instagram, I've written them all down because obviously I can't see them with the live stream going on Instagram. But I'll be answering some of your questions as well. And I had a little question box yesterday and then the day before as well for anyone who's missed it. So appreciate you guys putting in those questions. We'll be answering them at some point, okay? And again, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys putting in the questions and such. We got a little handful, which is nice. You guys did not leave me hanging. You did not leave me hanging, and I appreciate it, folks. Sorry, let's do a retouch on. Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, we're messing around with some stuff on YouTube, folks. Let me see if we can get some. What is this? Highlight saved to your channel. Oh Jesus. Okay, well, I don't know what I just saved into YouTube, but I thought there was more options for like backgrounds and stuff, but that's okay. That is okay, folks. But yeah, here we are. So welcome here. I know, again, I said welcome 1,000 times. I don't no one's gonna make it this far. But yeah, we're gonna answer some questions here. So anything that you guys got, shoot them at me. Shoot them at me. For anyone who is here live. Oh, we got 2 people on YouTube now. Here we go. Welcome, folks. Welcome, folks. Can I see the live chat? Can I see my live chat? I think I can. Top chat, live chat. Can I see my live chat? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Now I can see the live chat. So anyone here on YouTube, okay, welcome. Put some stuff in the chat, and anyone here on Instagram as well, put some stuff in the chat, and let's get going, man. Let's get going. Let's see what we got, and fire away. Fire away. We're 7 minutes already. Jesus, it's quick. 7 minutes already, folks. But anyone who is here on Instagram, on YouTube, fire away. Ask your questions. And if you guys don't have anything, then I'll just get on with some updates here in a sec. But I'll wait a second. For anyone who's answered stuff on my Instagram is over here. The stream's over here. YouTube's over here. Thank you. I've written down your questions, so thank you. And we're gonna be going back and forth, folks. So fire away. I think the live chat is obviously live. Yes. Okay. So I haven't gotten anything yet. That's okay. And yeah. Okay. So I haven't gotten anything yet. So let me just give you a quick update. So folks, I am here in Australia, obviously, here in Monkey Maya, folks, and I'm loving it. Hashtag McDonald's, the Golden Arches. I'm loving it. Okay. And it's been great so far. It's been great. A little bit of a slow start here. My first couple of days, just under 2 weeks ago. So that's been pretty great, but I'm loving it. It's been nice to be by the ocean again. So trying to get a few of you guys up here. Okay. Again, going back and forth. For anyone who's just joining, got Instagram over here, YouTube over here. So I'm going to be looking back and forth. All right. And, but yeah, Monkey Maya's been great. Any questions that you have, fire away at any time. I'll answer them eventually. And yeah, Meg, hey Meg, how we doing? I don't know if Julian's still here, but yeah, Monkey Maya's been great. Loving it, and it's been great to be by the ocean. It has been great to be by the ocean, folks. And I'm having a great time. I've seen a few dolphins. I'll put some stuff up on my stories. I'll be making some reels. I've actually got a reel going up tomorrow, but I don't think it's about the dolphins. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of content coming out. New camera is right here as well. Well, not here, but what my iPad's sitting on. and yeah, Monkey Maya's been nice. Monkey Maya has been great. It's been nice to be out of the outback. Nothing wrong with the outback or anything, but you know, when you're in the outback for 4 months and you see everyone else by the ocean, you get an opportunity to be by the ocean. It's nice to get the hell out of there a little for a bit. Quick, fast, and in a hurry, folks. So we got some people joining here. Got some people joining. Georgia, how we doing? Straight from the UK. I know it's like midnight there, so I apologize, but I appreciate you staying up a little bit. For anyone who's up in the US, no one's in the US right now. As far as on the live stream, at least I don't think so. But if you guys are, I appreciate you guys because it's like 2 a.m. out there. So, wait, no, I got it wrong. No, it is not the middle of the night. It's not. No, it's 8 a.m. It's early in the morning. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, you just said that. Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. No, it's not midnight. Good song by Coldplay though. Midnight. Thank you. Got to do the Coldplay plug. Got to do the Coldplay plug, folks. All right. We're going off the rails here. We're going off the rails. It's 10 minutes, and like, what are we even talking about? But, yeah, 8 a.m. Okay, so, yeah, I got them mixed up. So, it is the middle of the night in the States. It's like 2 a.m. Back in Omaha, Nebraska. It is 3 a.m. over on the East Coast. 8 a.m. over in the UK, and then 4 p.m. over here, Australian Western Time. So the same time zone as Perth. And yeah, so it's been great. Meg, glad you're doing good. Plans in Australia at the moment. Ooh, it's great. It's great. We got our first Instagram question, folks, over here on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna get the words mixed up. We got YouTube over here. We got Instagram right here for anyone who's joining. For anyone who's on Instagram, haven't subscribed to the YouTube, subscribe. Thank you. Okay, I'm going back and forth. I'm looking at the wrong screen. Hold on. Let me take a swig of water, folks. Hold on. I don't know what to do with myself. Okay, focus, Ross, focus. No, plans in Australia at the moment. Just working out here at Monkey Maya. Monkey Maya's been great. Someone's here on YouTube. Thank you. Hello, folks. I don't know who's here on YouTube, but whoever's here on YouTube, say hi. And answering a question here on Instagram. So rosstravels.official on Instagram. Ross Travels on YouTube. Okay. But no, just working out here at Monkey Maya for a bit. Absolutely loving it. And I think just working for the majority of the year. That's really all I have right now. Some things could change. Some things could come up in the next, handful of months. But as of right now, it's going to be working for the majority of the year, saving up some money. I've got a couple of things to pay off. So it's a little inconvenient, but it is what it is. It's life. So that's what we've got going on so far. Yeah, so that's really it for Australia. Just working here in Monkey Maya. If something comes up. You guys know me. Well, most of you guys know me. I could, some spontaneous things can happen. Folks. So, but yeah, so that's what we got going on in Australia at the moment. Working out in Monkey Maya, saving up some money, and saving for a big trip at the end of the year, which a couple of you guys know. I think like 3 of you guys know. Actually, I don't remember who I told, but it hasn't been a lot. And keeping it a secret, it's a lot. So, but we got a big trip at the end of the year. It could be tweaked. At the moment. It could change today, for all I know. But at the moment, we've got a big plan. Yes, okay, that's right, Georgia. I did tell you. Yeah, we got big plans. One thing I tell my friends, by the way, because I know that, anytime someone tries to catch up with me and stuff, my plans change. My plans always change. Like, oh, where are you at? At the moment. Okay, well, I'm somewhere else. I'm over in WA. I'm over in Victoria. I'm over in Canada. So, it always changes. And, but I always tell my friends, I'm like, if you want to catch up with me, you got to give me 6 months. You got to give me 6 months in advance because I could be anywhere. And sometimes I just like pick up and go. Sometimes I have plans. Sometimes if people let me know and I can make it happen, well, I'm going to make it happen to come see you guys. I know some of you guys out in Europe. Lisa, I don't know if you're here. Lisa over in France. Your notifications. Lisa over in France. Actually, Lisa in France and Lisa in Scotland. There's 2 Lisas. Who else I have this? Oh, Robin over in the Netherlands. Okay. And then, there's one other person. Oh, then a handful of you guys in the UK. I apologize. Last year I didn't make it. But who knows? Maybe this year might be the year. But the problem is the British pound sucks. So like bringing Aussie dollars to GBP, it's hard. It's no better than the USD, but like it's hard. It's hard, folks. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get back to Europe, and got some people joining here on Instagram. Hello, folks on Instagram. Hello, folks on YouTube over here. That's why I'm looking back and forth. Folks on YouTube, we got Instagram here. We got YouTube here. Subscribe to both. rosstravels.official on both. but yeah, so I gotta come and visit you guys back in the UK, back in France, back in the Netherlands, and well, what other country did I say? Scotland. That's it. So I need to. Yeah, I need to get on that. But yeah, as far as plans go, that's what we got. Long-winded answer, Georgia. I know you know that very well. Long-winded answers. Um, Miller time. Miller time, straight from Ireland. Well, not straight from Ireland. He's in the Outback right now, but from Ireland. Uh, how we doing? How's Marla? How's Percy? How's everybody? Uh, um, and yeah, anyone here on YouTube? There's no one here. There might be someone on YouTube. I can't tell. Sometimes it's a little behind. But anyone on YouTube, come say hi. Don't be afraid. Put some stuff in the chat. And I have it up, right? Live chat. Live chat's up. Okay. Um, but yeah, what's the story? Yes. All right. That's like, I don't know why I get so excited when I say that or when I hear that. What is the story? Oh, Jesus. It's I don't know why it makes me so happy. Like I don't know why I get so excited over that. Like it's so dumb, but it just I don't know. It just I don't know. What is the story? I love it. You know, I was becoming part Irish when I was in Marla. But anyway, tell Self I said hi. Make sure she's still alive out there. But and everyone, Nadine, Percy, Cozy, Cheryl. Golly, I've been gone for 2 weeks. I'm forgetting everyone. What the heck? Ease, Paola, Diego, Camilla, Amanda. Amanda seems like she's getting out of her shell, which is great. And I think that's about it. Is that about it? I don't know. Oh, there might be some new people too. But anyway, yeah. Need to, need to take out a loan to buy food. Yeah, I mean, listen. I don't know how you guys do it. I see why a lot of you guys are here. Like I see why a lot of you guys from the I didn't okay. So I didn't understand for the longest time, and it's probably just me being stupid. But when I first came out to Australia, I was like, how is there so many Brits here? You know, and not like in a bad way, but just like I see why everyone says like, oh, Melbourne's like London. It's just like London. Well, like Brits have like taken over. They've taken over some parts of Australia, and I'm like, what is going on? But then the longer I'm here, I'm like, okay, now I see why. Because number one, you take British pounds to Aussie dollars, and you're balling. You're balling, you know. If you do it the other way around, it's rough. You know, because that's why again, I had plans to go to the UK, and well, that didn't happen. So I had to I got to cancel that and regroup and come back. So, but yeah, no, I understand. And I thought the U.S. was bad. Yeah. Update on the U.S. by the way. Let me give an update on the U.S. No, I'm not going to talk about politics. So no one go crazy. But a status update on the U.S. For anyone who doesn't know, for anyone who's tuning in who doesn't know. If you can hear the chair, by the way, I'm sorry. This chair is very squeaky. And anyone who's joining here, I know some people are coming in, so I'm going to be reintroducing every now and then for the next, I don't know, another 15, 20 minutes. I don't know. Who knows how long we'll go. But we'll get into some questions, by the way. Some of you guys posted some questions. I got them written down over here. I didn't forget about you. For anyone who's watching the replay on YouTube here, Instagram here, appreciate you guys, whether you're live or watching the replay or whichever. Update on the U.S. Yeah, I'm not going back. Like, I mean, most of you guys know that, but again, for the people who are watching the replay, yeah, the more times I get asked that question, the faster my answer gets. It's like, you can move back to the States. No, like it's getting to a point where folks don't even have to finish the sentence. It's just gonna be a no. Now, it's not to say I would never come back. I've got some family there. I've got friends and stuff there. I really do want to go back and visit them. It's just not right now. But again, plans can change. I was potentially getting ready to go. Some of you guys don't know this. Actually, none of you guys know this. But I was potentially, Jesus, Ross, English, potentially getting ready to go back next month. Now, it's only going to be for like a couple of weeks. I was going to treat my mom to a trip on a cruise. But that's not going to happen because I've moved jobs and, I've ran out of money, so I've got to got to reset, and I've got to focus for the end of the year trips, which again some of you guys don't know about, but. Yeah, but as far as the U.S., there's a chance I could be back at the end of the year, though. We're actually, okay, so a buddy of mine's getting married in January of next year. So January 2026, this chair drives me crazy. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but if you guys can't hear it, then ignore me. But a buddy of mine's getting married in Mexico next January, and I'm going to be a groomsman in his wedding, childhood wedding. Cole, if you're watching, love you, buddy. Can't wait to see you and Kaylee get married in January. I'm going to bawl my eyes out because I'm a softie. But yeah, so I'll be over back that way at the end of the year. I'm gonna be working my way over that way, which is why the big trip is at the end of the year. You know, just gonna try and work my way there. You know, who knows? I might spill the beans on my trip. I might spill the beans on my trip in this live stream because you guys are here. I got a couple folks on Instagram. I got a couple folks on YouTube. Hey guys, but. I'm gonna be working my way over there. So that's the status on the U.S. at the moment. And if any of you guys have any more questions and stuff, while I'm blabbering away, or as you guys like to say in the UK, waffling on. I love saying that. I don't know why, but I love it. If anyone has like questions or anything, just throw them in. I'm just kind of filling the time. And again, I didn't forget about your questions. I'll get there eventually. But that's the status on the U.S. at the moment. So if I do go back, it'll be I don't know. It'll be at the end of the year. Not a guarantee, but I'm gonna be making my way over there. Haven't seen my family in 15 months now. We'll see what happens. My dad's out of the country right now. It's also his birthday, so happy birthday, Dad. My mom's gonna be going out of the country soon because I paid for her passport. We're gonna be paying for her passport, so there's that. Take a sip real quick. So my parents don't really want to be in the States any longer than they have to be anyway. And I think that's why I haven't really felt the pressure. I don't have any questions coming in, so I'll fill some time here. I'll fill you in on a little story. So most of you guys, I know some of you guys know the story of how, okay, hold on. Okay, got a question. I don't know why I just got so excited there. It's so dumb. But it's good timing before I get into this whole thing. The hardest part, that's it. That's it. Yeah, hardest part is being away from family, like. And again, like, obviously me and my family are really close, and it gets rough sometimes. I actually have a question about that that I've written down from the Instagram question stickers. So again, appreciate you guys who put in the questions on the question stickers over on Instagram. rosstravelsofficial here on YouTube. Ross Travels on, well, you guys are watching on YouTube, but or on Instagram. Oh my God, I'm going back and forth, so I'm going crazy. But so going back, there's a reason why I got into travel, and the reason why I got into actually live streaming is kind of a part of this as well. I'm gonna be doing more live streams, by the way, so mark my words. Hold me accountable, folks. Hold me accountable. We gotta get this thing rolling here on YouTube, here on Instagram. All right, we're gonna be doing this. But a big inspiration for me, all the way back to 9th grade, even 8th grade. So that was 14 years old, 14, 15. My man Tim. And if you guys follow me on YouTube, Ross Travels, if you follow me on YouTube, you guys know I talk about Tim all the time. For those of you guys here on YouTube, you know Tim very well because I won't shut up about him in my videos. But my man Timothy Ward, go subscribe, go follow Timothy Ward. He's the reason why I travel the way I do. The reason why I travel, period. Because so when I was in high school, back 9th grade. I found his channel. I actually don't know how. I think it was recommended. I don't remember how. But he was real heavy into seasonal work. And he still is. But he was very, very heavy into seasonal work, Tim. And I think over the course of my high school life, we got some folks joining. Hello. Anyone who's joining, say hi. We got some folks here on YouTube as well. Hello guys joining on YouTube. I'm cross-referencing. Hey, we're getting into it now. Here we go. We got some people joining in. Okay, I'll give you guys a wave. Hold on. Give a wave. Hello. Tim is, let's see. Oh, I got a question here. Got a question here on Instagram. Anyone who's here watching on YouTube, pop in some questions. I don't think I'm missing any. I hope I'm not missing any. Got the live chat up. Okay. Thanks for liking. I don't know who liked it, but thanks for the like. I got an answer on a question on Instagram. Do you remember meeting all the girls on the boardwalk in Albany? Yes, I do. And that was crazy. Funny story. Okay, so I'll tell you that story too. So appreciate you being here. And But no, it's a funny story. I actually have a video about this. It's I forget what the title was. Shoot, I forget that video, but it's me with the ocean background. It's actually one of the same backgrounds I use for this live stream. But yeah, that's it. The microphone stopped working. Yes, yes, she knows. She knows. I was devastated. Oh my god. So I was out recording a video over in Albany, Western Australia, which is way down at the bottom. And good to see you here. Tell everyone I said hi. Tell all your folks I said hi. And yeah, so I was recording a video. I'm trying to remember what the video was. Like, I can see it, but I'm blanking at the moment. I can't check because I'm on Instagram here, YouTube over here. But I don't remember. But it was a little walk and talk video, and I was going down towards the ocean, and I remember I did a whole video, and so that section actually, when I met the girls, was actually an extra section of the video that I forgot to record. So the video was done. The video was already done, and and so I started recording again, but I forgot to turn my microphone receiver. I actually have my microphones up here, the DJI. So when I have my microphones here. I had this very microphone, but I forgot to turn my receiver on because it was connected to my GoPro, and so I thought it was good. I thought everything was still working and everything, and so I'm recording this video, and then I run into this group of girls. There was like, oh, like 8, 9, 10 of you guys. There was a couple guys too, and then the parents or friends or I don't know who, but I ran into you guys, and I didn't know for the whole time that my microphone wasn't working. And so I was like, man, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, I've run into a whole crowd of people. I got to show them on the video. Like, it was so cool. It was so cool. And then I go back, I'm like, man, I post on my story on my Instagram. I was like, man, you guys are super cool. Like, thanks for coming by and being in the video and blah, blah, blah. Like, I felt borderline a celebrity. I mean, I know it's a little, let's relax here. But I felt sort of famous for a second. And so I get home and I download the footage because I was so excited to get this video up. I download the footage. Hello, people on Instagram here. Hello, people on YouTube. New people joining. But I was so excited, so I get the footage downloaded. The audio wasn't working. And I was like, no, surely it's just muted. It's just muted, right? It's just muted. And I go, and the freaking my receiver was off. And the reason why I knew that is because I was listening to my audio and I could hear a little bit of static. And I think when I heard the static, I was like, fuck, man. It was plugged in. Everything was plugged in. It just wasn't, the receiver and the microphone weren't connected, but it was plugged into my GoPro, which gave the static sound when I was listening to it back. Oh, that sucked. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, my first like big interaction wasn't even planned. I had no idea who you guys were and everything. And it was just, yeah, it sucked. So I still posted the video. I did a voiceover over it. So a voiceover over it. And yeah, it was, I mean, I made the most of it, but boy, it sucked. It sucked. I was like, man, the one time I get some interactions here unplanned, and it's not even like, oh, come on, man. So, so that's what happened. Yeah, funny story. But yeah. Hello, Nadine, Cozy. Good to see you guys. I don't know if you're still here, but I'll give you guys a wave anyway. But hope you guys are going well. Hello, Garfield as well. But hello, everyone here on Instagram, on YouTube. Golly, I'm going back and forth, so I'm saying I'm doing the opposite. Okay, YouTube over here, Instagram over here. Hello, guys on YouTube. Anyone who's got questions here on YouTube, let me know. Hope I'm not missing any. But no worries, Meg. Have a good day at work. See you later. Thanks for joining. One of the top supporters, by the way. Let's take a second, okay? Even if you leave, I know you gotta leave, but but for everyone else who's watching the replay back, listen, Meg, top supporter, folks. So shout out to Meg. Once I get to a point where I can get some t-shirts, and merch made, you get a free t-shirt on me, Meg. Be sure to hold me accountable to that. But yeah, so let me go back a little bit to Timothy. So my man, Timothy Ward, he's the reason why I started traveling the way I travel, the way I do, and yada, yada, yada. Back in high school, I know I found him, it was like, 8th or 9th grade, and he was doing seasonal work. And so, I'm trying to draw a blank. Sorry, folks, drawing a blank. But, yeah. I don't know what resonated me with him. Hello, folks on YouTube. Anyone who's joining here, say hi in the comments. If I'm missing anything, let me know. I swear I've got my live chat up, but I don't see anything coming in. So I don't know if there's nothing coming in. I don't know, yeah, it's. I think it's just the genuineness. I know that's not the right word, the right way to say it, but I think it's just like the genuineness of Tim. Like the more videos I've watched of his, and the more I like, he's just like point and shoot, very little edits, if any, and like, that's it. So, I just kind of like that. So he was talking about seasonal work, Coolworks, this and that, which Coolworks is back in the US for anyone who doesn't know. He was talking about it a lot. And so I'm like, okay, and this is over the course of my, high school time. And so I get to senior year, I graduate high school and everything, and I'm getting ready to go do a college visit over in Kansas, I remember this, Coffeyville, Kansas. I know, Coffey, Coffeyville, Kansas, little community college, because I didn't have enough money to go to a university. There was like praying for scholarships and stuff, and I was barely scraping those scholarships. But I went to go do the visit. When I went back to Nebraska to see my friends graduate that I grew up with back in Omaha. And so I went to go do the college visit. It was fine and everything. And I think they just got back to me really late. Like after that, I went back home and spent the summer, and they got back to me really late, the admissions department. So I decided to take a gap year. And in that gap year, I was like, okay, this man, Tim, he's talking about seasonal work. And I look up to him, like he does a lot of live streams. So this is the motivation for the live streams. But I'm like, my man Tim, he keeps talking about cool work and seasonal work. I've got a year to kill. I'm not going to school now. Let's see what he's talking about, And so I decided, all right, let's take the leap and do a little seasonal gig, And initially it was just a summer gig, and I went on Cool Work. So I was looking up all these jobs and said, hey, Fareed, my man Fareed, what's going on? Hopefully you enjoyed the Coldplay event, by the way. The representative for Coldplay Malaysia. But yeah, and anyone here joining live on YouTube, thank you. Instagram over here, YouTube over here. No, so I found a gig in Medora, North Dakota, which is about half an hour from the Montana border. And I decided to take that leap, and it all happened really fast. I remember I got hired by the CFO at the time and his wife, Mike and Kathy, then that was it. And I remember telling my dad, I was like, hey Dad, I'm actually not going to college for a year. I'm gonna go work in North Dakota. Okay, cool. Yeah, when are you going? Yeah, I'm going in 3.5 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever it was. It was quick. And he's like, really? Like, it was so fast. And this was back in March of 2020, of all times, March of 2020. Like, I mean, who would have thought? So, but yeah. So, and then from then on, I kept doing seasonal work. After that, I did a summer. I did the 5 months in North Dakota, and then I just kept carrying on with seasonal work. So, and then the rest was history. That one gap year, that 5 months, the first 5 months in North Dakota, I'm still in the gap year. 5 years later, 6 years later, however long it's been, I'm still in the gap year. Folks, over here on YouTube, over here on Instagram. I'm still in the gap year. And I'm loving it. And so if it wasn't for my man, Tim, and I got to meet him in person as well. I think I talked about it a couple of times in some videos. I talked about it in the Travel the Way You Want to video and a couple of other videos, but I put some pictures up, And I went to go work at a ski resort in Montana. And he happened to be in Bozeman, so we met up for a coffee and everything. It was really cool. I was like, oh my God, Tim is here. Like, Tim is in front of me. We're having coffee together. Holy, insert word. It was cool. So that's the reason why I bring up Tim so much. So if you haven't followed Tim, he's not asking me to say this, by the way. He's not asking me to say this. He's probably tired of me, but I say it all the time because I would not be here without him. So Timothy Ward on YouTube, Timothy Ward on Instagram, go follow both. Okay. Go follow each other. All right. And it's so weird looking at two screens, by the way. So, but yeah, so that's the reason why I got into seasonal work and why I'm still doing seasonal work, just internationally now. So, no, it's cool. It's cool, folks. Okay, I've got some questions that I've written down. We're about half an hour in, 34 minutes. That was fast, okay? I want to get into some questions. I don't want this live stream to be too long. I don't know if we'll maybe go about 45 minutes or so. I think we'll do that. So we'll get some questions in. So thank you to everyone on Instagram. Thank you for putting in these questions. I've written them all down. Thank you to everyone here on YouTube. Thanks to everyone on Instagram over here. Written down some questions. So let's go through. Okay, first one. Shout out to Darcy, man. Shout out to Darcy, okay? If you haven't followed Darcy, by the way, go follow Darcy at Darcy.discovers with 2 S's at the end, okay? No, she did not ask me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway because she's cool and I met her in person. So, and if you follow me on Instagram over here for the people on YouTube, you would have seen that on my story. But anyway, so question from Darcy is go follow her, by the way. Darcy Discover. She's really cool. What do you want to achieve the most in life / define as successful? Great question. Also, Sinead, hello. All right. What's the story, Sinead? What's the story? This is Miller's fault that I keep saying that. But hold on, let me give you guys a wave. Hold on, I'll give Fareed a wave. I'll give Sinead a wave. Anyway, so Darcy said, so what do you want to achieve the most in life / define as successful? So, I mean, I've got a couple of bucket list things. It's really not that long. It's really not that long. So, but I think the thing that I want to achieve in life is, number one, I want to have a dual citizenship, dual passport, dual citizenship. I think that would be really cool. I don't know about any places in particular, but you know, I've got some places in mind. Like Australia obviously would be cool. New Zealand would be cool. I mean, it's basically the same passport, same citizenship. And I found out the other day, by the way, and anyone who's from the UK, you can confirm this because you guys would know. But if you have Australian or New Zealand citizenship, you can also then work in the, like, live and work in the UK. I'm assuming because, like, the Commonwealth and the history and blah blah blah. So any of you guys from the UK, you guys can confirm that. But that would be pretty sick. That'd be pretty cool. So that's basically having like 2 or 3 citizenships in one. So so that'd be really cool. And then another thing, travel every country in the world. I don't remember what I know what the motivation is. My man Drew Binsky, huge YouTuber. You guys have probably heard of him by now. But he has traveled every country in the world, and he just does it, you know, he's always done it now, but like watching his videos and being inspired. And I heard of him from my buddy Sean. So Sean, if you're watching on Instagram or watching the replay, I appreciate it. But yeah, Drew Binsky, huge YouTuber, everyone knows. And I think he's got like 4 million subscribers or something like that. So excuse me, guys. And yeah, he's the reason why. Like he shows and he proves that going to other countries and going to, you know, these places that we're, you know, scared to go to, or they're dangerous or whatever, like, yeah, some places are dangerous. Like, there's definitely dangerous places. But I'm just gonna say it. Like, I gotta say this for a video, but I'm gonna say it live on the live stream. A lot of people will sit there and be so quick to say, oh, this place is dangerous, this place is dangerous. But then they think about their own country and don't really take that into account either. Like, for example, for the States, we got guns everywhere, okay? Not being controversial, it's a fact. We've got guns everywhere, you know, shootings and all this other kind of stuff everywhere. Like, and yeah, I know in comparison to other places, it may not be the end of the world. You know, I know because the U.S. is more developed and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But like, we got some real dangerous places in the States as well. So it's like a lot of people will be so quick to jump on countries that are classified as dangerous. But then like me come from the States, or anyone else who says it who comes from the States, won't say a word about the U.S. as if it's perfect, because it's not, and nowhere is. So I think that's the reason why Drew Binsky hit hard for me, and why, you know, seeing his story and seeing that he's traveled every country in the world despite what's going on and yada, yada, yada. And I mean, some things have happened. He's had to, you know, postpone some trips and stuff for obvious reasons, but like, he still went and did it. So it makes it possible. And I know I did a post here on Instagram, was maybe about a month ago or maybe a month and a half ago. So, and it kind of touched on that. So that's another thing. It's a long-winded answer, but that is that as well. And then and defining as successful, I mean, for me, like, I don't know, like for me, like, I don't want to like be rich, or I don't want to really like, I don't know. Like, I think the stereotypical thing of being successful is just not really my thing. Like, I mean, would I be mad if I had a lot of money? No. But am I like, well, I need to be rich and have a mansion and blah, blah, blah? No, I could care less. You know? So, you know, if I ever wanted a house, like, I want to either live on the road or live in like a tiny house or something, you know? Like, or live in Southeast Asia. That'd be pretty sweet. So, I don't know. So that's really what I define as like success. I don't know if I'm really answering the question, Darcy, if you're here, but if you're watching the replay on your question, I don't know. But yeah, so that's kind of what I define as successful. I think for me too, like last thing, and I'll get to the next question, but for me, defining as successful is just being happy. Just being happy. Like, and it's such a loaded question too. But I think just being happy, folks. I think that's really the Daniel, hello. I know I'm a little late. I'm yapping away. But I've given you a wave. But yeah, so I think that's kind of why I define as successful. It's just being happy, enjoying life, seeing the good in people. That's where I wear the love buttons. I'll make a video on this, by the way, at some point, because I know some people ask. Yeah, so and the description for everyone here on YouTube over here, I know some people ask about the love button. It's always all the link and everything's in my description. There's no ads, no sponsorships, or no affiliates or anything. It's just something that Coldplay does and like everyone knows about. So go check them out. Nonprofit organization based out in California. For everyone here on Instagram, go over to my YouTube, which is over 2 screens just throwing me off, folks. But in my description, all my videos has a love button global movement link in it, so give that a look over it. And there's a reason why I wear the love buttons, because it's just spread love. It's nothing political, it's nothing controversial, nothing anything. It's just standard basic love. That's literally it. So I'll make a video on that. But anyway, let's get to the next question. We're at 41 minutes, folks. Thank you, Darcy, by the way. Everyone go follow Darcy. But my man Adrian, I don't know, this actually wasn't a question, it was more of a statement, but my man Adrian from Sri Lanka. Okay, Darcy's from the UK, by the way. Adrian from Sri Lanka, I met him in Marla. He goes, miss you, man. J sessions, which I know what J sessions are. Sinead, if you're still here, you know what J sessions are too. And then plus talking to the microwave, he goes, and many more. Yeah, it's a long story about talking to the microwave. I'm not going to get into that on the live stream, but we'll do that another date. But miss you, Adrian. If you're still here, if you're watching the replay, miss you, buddy. My man Christian, let's get to the next question here. My man Christian, for anyone who's joining here on YouTube over here, I'm going to be reintroducing a few times because people are coming in, leaving and coming in and such. So, but anyone here on YouTube, I'm just answering some questions from the Instagram sticker that I posted the last couple of days. For anyone here on Instagram, I'm answering your questions that you've seen on my story the last couple of days. Some comes from my buddy Christian from the UK, also / Italy. Okay. But he goes, how do you manage the loneliness of solo travel, even if you get used to it after a while? Just, again, loaded question. So, and we talked about this as well. Like, we talked about this. I might make a video on this as well. This is good video ideas, folks. I appreciate it. So, I think just like, it's I don't want to say it's easier for me. I mean, it's different with everybody. Like, it's different with everybody. I think it's a little bit easier for me, number one, because I'm such a big traveler. Like, not big traveler, but like I'm a big fan of traveling. And then also my parents too. Like, my parents really want to travel a lot as well, so it makes it easier. And yeah, I mean, you got extended family who want to stay in the States and blah blah blah. But like, as far as and my brother, he wants to stay in the States as well. But as far as my mom and dad, they want to get the hell out of there, or at least travel a lot as much as they can. So I think, I don't know. And I've always wanted to travel the world and really just see things for myself rather than seeing things through the news. Again, controversial. I know some folks are going to whatever, but I just can't see things through the news, because it's obviously going to be, toned up a bit and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be exaggerated, and I just don't have time for all that. I want to go see it for myself, And so I think managing the loneliness is number one. For everyone joining here on YouTube, by the way, hello, guys. Love you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining. I'm just answering some questions from the Instagram question sticker. rosstravelsofficial on Instagram, by the way. But yeah, managing loneliness is like, it can be tricky, because there are some points when you're solo traveling and it's like, boy, I haven't talked to someone in 2 weeks, or I haven't had like a really strong connection in, how X amount of time. Anyone watching here on YouTube, by the way, if you don't mind hitting the like button, that helps out a lot. Little plug. But yeah, like, it's tricky. It really just depends. It depends on the person, really. But like, I think, and going back to what I was saying earlier, like I said it's a little bit easier for me. It's not easy, but it's just easier because I knew I wanted to travel. I knew I wanted to, get out of the States, and I knew I wanted to go explore something else and figure it out on my own and blah, blah, blah. So I think just being in that mindset made it easier to kind of travel rather than, and not that I'm not close with my family. I'm obviously very close with my family, but I just with them wanting to travel and them being travelers, and then also me wanting to travel, it's just a little bit better in my case. But to manage it is really just to keep making friends, and I know it's hard, and like it's so interchangeable, and going to different hostels and different areas, and folks are working somewhere for 3 months at the same place as you, and then they leave, they go back home, or they go to a different place, and you're going in another direction. And I mean, it's just how backpacking works. That's how backpacking works, and like, I mean, yeah, it sucks, but I think just after a while you kind of get used to it, which sounds pretty terrible. But I mean, the best friendships and stuff that come out of backpacking are the ones that you kind of keep up with, because you'll meet some people that you'll get along with when you're working in, for example, you're working somewhere here in Australia on the visa, but then you don't really see them ever again or whatever. And it's just it happens. It happens, But like my man Julian, for example, which I think he's working at the moment. So, but he was here earlier. But my buddy Julian, straight from France. All right. Him and I haven't seen each other what 8-9 months now, I think, or 10. No, it's February, March, April. So 10 months, 9-10 months. And him and I are still really tight. I need to go see him in Sydney. I need to stop messing around and go see Julian in Sydney. But yeah, I just the best friendships and stuff come out. They just sometimes they just happen unexpectedly too, which is really cool. So hoping that answered your question, Christian, whether you're watching here on Instagram or here on YouTube. But yeah, I appreciate it. And and I mean, you got it. Like, again, you guys got this. And anyone who struggles with like loneliness and stuff like that, I mean, yeah, it sucks. There are just some times where it just sucks. Like, there's no way around it. You could use I talked about this in my travel the way you want to video over on YouTube, for you guys over here on YouTube. But for you guys here on Instagram or on YouTube, there's a video, travel the way you want to. I talked about this. It was kind of like a funny thing, but I called it the Ross Travels icebreaker method. And I was talking about, like, say you check into a hostel, because you check into a hostel when you're solo traveling. You know nobody, and sometimes you're shy. All the shy people, raise your hands, okay? And you walk in and you're just like, I don't know anybody. It's a new city or a new country or a new whatever. And the Ross Travels icebreaker method is, and it might be cheesy, I get it, but like, say you walk into an 8-person dorm or a 6-person dorm. You walk in and say a 6-person dorm, and 2 of the bottom bunks are taken. You got 1 bottom bunk left, and you walk in. The other 2 folks are already in the bottom bunks on the side of you. You go in. Oh man, I got the last bottom bunk, man. This is pretty cool. And like, I mean, I know it's like a stupid little thing, but just even saying something like that when you walk in, like, they might be like, "Oh yeah, man, take it," or whatever. And then there you go. And it might be dead silence. It might be dead silence. You may not get any response. It might be very cold and very awkward. They may not say anything, or maybe they just didn't hear you. They have headphones in or something. But more times than none, they'll be like, "Yeah, man, like, whatever." And then, all right, where are you from? Where are you traveling from? Where are you going to? What's your plan? Like, how long are you staying in the hostel? That's the Ross Travels icebreaker method, and it doesn't always work. So don't come after me if it doesn't work. But that's the Ross Travels icebreaker method, So just something like that. And like, again, it's easier with travelers and such. But when you're solo traveling, getting back to it, I know, again, long-winded answers. This is just Ross. But getting back to loneliness and stuff like that, solo traveling, even if you get used to it, like, sometimes it just sucks. Like, I think that's really like the main answer. Like, sometimes it just sucks, but when you do it for a while and keep it consistent and stuff, like, you just kind of find ways around it, and you kind of get used to it. Or maybe it may not be someone in the hostel, but it might be someone you meet at a restaurant that you go to or something down the street from the hostel. You never know. So I don't know. Like, yeah. So sometimes it's rough, but there you go. So, Christian, thank you, buddy. I don't know if that answered your question, but I'll get to the last question on here. We got one more question, and then we'll wrap it up here on YouTube over here, on Instagram over here. But I apologize if I butcher your name, by the way. But is it Fauziana? I believe she's from Is it? I don't remember. It's either Malaysia, or Indonesia, or Singapore. I don't remember. I think it's one of those 3 countries. So I apologize if I butchered your name if you're here live or watching the replays, either on Instagram or on YouTube. But I'll read your question. Are you planning to attend any Coldplay shows this year? And if so, when and where? Good question. I've got no idea. Like, I mean, you guys know me. I'm a big Coldplay fan. And I mean, I talked about them earlier with the love buttons because they do that whole thing. And I mean, everyone's seen their shows and yada, yada, yada. Getting their tickets for shows is like borderline war. It's, it's hard. I spent, you guys, everyone knows, like I spent a week in Auckland back in November. I got to meet Chris Martin in person, by the way. I don't know if any of you guys know that. But I got to meet Chris Martin in person. Well, you probably do know that. Over on YouTube, I don't know if you know that. But Instagram, you do because it's on my page. But yeah, so they've got all kinds of shows this year. They played in India this year. They played in, I think it's only been India, in Abu Dhabi this year. On a little break now, then they're going to go over to Hong Kong and South Korea. So if I do go to any of the Coldplay shows this year, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those two, Hong Kong and South Korea. They got some shows in the States, but it's in the middle of the year. It's not going to work out for me. It might, but, and then they have 10 shows at Wembley, which... go figure. I mean, it's Coldplay, and all of their shows, are all sold out. Like they've sold out in like 10 minutes. So, but yeah. So as far as Coldplay shows and stuff like that, I'm not exactly sure, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, I think that's about it. So that's all the questions here on from the Instagram that you guys asked me yesterday or over the last couple of days. And yeah, so I'm gonna probably wrap it up here in a bit. I'm at 51, almost an hour. That was quick. But if you have any other questions here on YouTube, I really hope I didn't miss any. I've got the live chat function up, so I don't know if it's up. But any other questions here on YouTube, any other questions here on Instagram, let me know now. It doesn't have to be a question. It can be a comment or anything. But if you have anything, shoot it at me. And if not, I'll probably wrap it up here in the next couple of minutes. And as those are coming in, I just want to say appreciate you guys. Whether you're here live, whether you popped in for a couple of minutes, whether you've, came in and out, we've had a few people on. We're going to do a lot more of these live streams, by the way. We're going to do a lot more of these live streams. Number one, so I can get comfortable with it. It's not that I'm not comfortable with it, but I'm so used to recording stuff. And if I mess up, I can stop and start over. So live streaming is going to be very helpful as far as, getting used to the camera and doing more one takes and stuff like that, if that makes any sense. Because again, I'm used to the camera stopping, restarting, whereas live stream, we're just shooting it. As my friend JC likes to say, shoot the breeze. All right. I'm in my goofy mood, folks. But yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. And if you guys over here on YouTube, hit that like button. It helps very much. Everyone here on Instagram, I appreciate you guys. But yeah, again, if you're alive right now, or if you're watching the replay later on, or whatever the case may be, I appreciate you guys. Whether it's one of you guys, whether it's 100 of you guys, I appreciate all of you guys. We're gonna do a lot more of these live streams. We're gonna do a lot more. So, I'm debating if I should tell my travel plans right now or if I should wait for another day. I mean, there's a couple of you here. There's a couple of you here on Instagram, and might get some exclusive access. If you know what I mean. You're here. Okay. My buddy Fareed's still here. All right. And so here we go. I don't know if I should say anything. You know what? We're going to say it. We're going to say it, folks. We're going to round this off. We're at 53 minutes over here. We're going to say it. So, folks, I've got a big travel plan. I've been talking about it quite a bit. And at the moment, this could change. Okay? However, as of right now, we're going to be doing a very massive backpacking trip. Now, the longest trip I've ever done was like 3 weeks. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it's, yeah. Yeah, it's not very long. And as a backpacker, I don't want to just be working all the time. I mean, there's some things that I have to take care of. So that's why I'm like on the money run and like head down and stuff. But I mean, I want to do an actual backpacking trip, like a legit backpacking trip. So what I'm going to be doing at this very moment, again, it could change. But right now, I've actually already have my ticket booked. But folks, the end of the year on Instagram, YouTube, we're going to Sri Lanka, folks. We're going to Sri Lanka at the moment. That is the plan right now. This is in the last week of August. So it's at the end of the year. So it's not even close to time yet. It gives me time to build up some savings and stuff. But folks, we're going to be doing between a 3 and a 5 month backpacking trip. So, I mean, it's going to be cool. This is going to be cool. I'm very excited. Again, things could change. It could be modified a little bit, but there's always been, I've always wanted to go to South Asia, because I mean, everyone goes to Southeast Asia. There's nothing wrong with it. Like Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Philippines, everyone goes there, and there's nothing wrong with it. But everyone goes, and it's not to say that no one goes to Sri Lanka, because a lot of people do. A lot of people go to India, and a lot of people go to not as many people to Pakistan and Nepal, but like everybody goes to Thailand. So just in comparison. And so that's what we're going to be doing right now. So we're going to be doing a 3 to 5 month backpacking trip, starting off in Sri Lanka. And here's my tentative plan. So my tentative plan is to start off in Sri Lanka, do about 3 weeks to a month. I mean, a month is a lot. Like Sri Lanka is tiny, but we're going to do about 3 weeks to a month because we don't want to rush it. And I'm going to go up to India and spend about between 60 and 90 days in India. That's a long time. I think that's 3 months. I think it'll be about 60 days in India. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And then I'm going to work my way up to Nepal for maybe a few weeks, and then go over to Pakistan. And I wanted to go to Iran. We'll see what happens. I actually wasn't going to say that on the live stream, but it slipped out. Go figure, it's me. I don't keep anything in, folks. Like, I get excited, and I'm here to tell you. And some of you guys are here to take in the information, which I appreciate it. But yeah, so that's the plan right now. We're going to make our way, starting off in Sri Lanka, ending off in Pakistan, between 3 to 5 months, making our way back over to the North America for my buddy's wedding in January over in Mexico. So that's the reason why I've kind of done it that way. Things could change. I could be going up to Europe. I could pop up to Europe and then come down to South Asia. I could go to Southeast Asia and then go to Europe and then down to South Asia, back down to South Asia and then over to, who knows, folks. But all I know is that we're going to be traveling a lot at the end of the year, and I don't want anything to get in my way, because there's been a few times where, like, I've had, plans and all this other kind of stuff for these big trips planned, and then something gets in the way financially, and then I can't do it. So I'm not trying to do all that. I'm not trying to do all that anymore. I'm ready to actually do what I wanted to do, what I came out here to do, and that's backpack. Also work and save some money, but I don't want to work and save money for just keep going around and around. I can do that back in the States. I want to work, save some money, and then actually backpack. That's what I came out here to do. That's what I left the States to do. So that's the plan, folks. Again, anything can happen, but we'll see. So, but yeah, anyway, folks, we've just under an hour, so I'm going to end it off here. Appreciate you guys who've popped in, whether you popped in live, whether you've popped in for a minute, whether you popped in for 30 seconds, whether you popped in for 10 minutes, or whether you've been here the whole time. Over here on Instagram, appreciate you guys here on Instagram. Over here on YouTube, appreciate you guys here on YouTube. I'm gonna do a little more of these live streams. I'll put a poll up, by the way. I'll put a poll up to see if you guys would like to do more live streams, but I think it'd be better. Again, to get me more comfortable with one takes and stuff like that. Again, I'm used to the camera, to where I can just pause and stop, restart, do it again. So live streams will help out with that, and I get to chat with you guys. So again, no matter how many people are in the live stream, I could be talking to myself with nobody joining the whole time, and I'll still be appreciative to have the opportunity to even live stream, period. So anyway, so for everyone here on YouTube, for everyone here on Instagram, I appreciate you guys both, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm going to be working on a video this week, by the way, but I'll see you guys next time. rosstravelsofficial on Instagram, Ross Travels on YouTube. Crossover with each other like we are doing now live. These two screens, man, I'm gonna get used to this. But yeah, so that's all we got. And for anyone who's watching the replay, I apologize for the delay and rambling at the beginning for 10 minutes. And we'll be better at this. So subscribe, share with the folks you know, share with the folks you don't know. Be kind to each other. Love one another. Okay, I like to say that at the end of every video. That's what we need in the world. And I'll see you guys later. So yeah, that's about it. All right, cool. Thank you guys on Instagram. Thank you guys on YouTube. We'll do more crossovers and more lives on both, even separately, but on both, more crossovers. And I'll see you guys later.